Okay, I want to show you now what we do here. I wanted to take the other little thing that I made. Now, on this one, I didn't put quite as long a string on it, okay? And I should have put a longer string, but it did all right, in other words. But let me look at the mechanics of what we're talking about here. Okay, what you have here is the arm that moves up and down, and it chops the wood. And you take the string here, and you put it in the back. You drill you a little hole in the back of the arm here, and you super glue the arm in there like that, in other words. And as the arm is pulled up and down, he chops the wood, okay? He chops the wood, just like that, in other words. Okay? Now, if you look at the bottom of this, you can't just leave it with one string. You got to have two. And you take, right across from there, you will drill a hole, and you'll put a string in there, and both strings will be glued into the ball. You can get these at Hobby Lobby, at the bottom there, so that they show up like this, in other words. They're like this in a way, okay? Okay. And as the ball turns, the little string pulls it, and it pulls it up and down. Now, we have done the same thing. Now, as you see, I put just a piece of 1/16 wood there, and I cut off a little nail, okay? And so that's what he's going to be hammering. Now, I went behind him, and I drilled a hole, just like this one over here, and I put the string in it, and I super glued it in, okay? So, as you pull the string, what does he do? See? He's hitting the little thing. Now, we come away from here, okay? And it's not that hard. It's not that hard to figure out, okay? And as the ball goes around, now I'm going to make my string a little bit longer this time. I didn't make it quite as long. So, what we're going to do is you come across from this area here, right across from it, from that area, and you drill you another little hole for another piece of string to fit in there, okay? And I'm going to do that. I have a little Dremel with a little bit on it. And I'm going to drill that little hole across from there. It doesn't have to be much of one. Here. Let me dig it up a little bit. There we go. There we go. Okay. Okay. Now, what we do is we figure out about how long we want to have the string coming down, and I think we're gonna. Let me get my cutter here. We say that's coming down this far. I'm gonna cut that off right there. Actually, I can use this string if it's long enough, which I think it is. Okay, so when you look at the figure, now that's a little bit too far down there, but let me cut it off just a little bit. Just a little bit more, like something like this, okay? Okay. Now, see how far it goes down. So as it goes, it's going to. Okay. So what you do with this thing, with that hole, is you take your other string We used to know that. You wetted it and put some super glue in there, and you're going to stick your string in there. Kind of shove it in there. It may take sometimes what you have to do is you take a little something and you shove it in there. In other words, shove it a little bit further in there. Okay, shove your string in there. There you go, just like that. Because sometimes the string is, and you get it shoved in. Whoop. Here, let me do it with my pencil. And I know I get a little super glue on my pencil, but that's no problem. There it is. Try to shove it in there like that, so it's in there good. And okay, and then you take your super glue and you put a little bit more super glue in there. Make sure that it's good. Okay. Now, what you want to do is you want to make sure once this is dry, you want to make sure that both your strings are about the same length. In other words, you take them. Let me show you this. You take them and I hope you're being able to see this. And what it is, you cut your strings off at the same length. You want them to both be about the same, okay? So it's going to be somewhere around in here. And so both of them are just about the same length. So you want them to be the same length of the thing, okay? Now what the next thing is, I can't do it right here. Let me get one of them. These are 1.5 inch balls that you can get at Hobby Lobby, and they already have they're cut off here, and they already have the hole in them. And you're going to take both these strings just like this, and the same length, and get them the same length now, and all that stuff. And you're going to zump them together, okay? And you're going to stick them in here and glue that to that ball, just like that. Okay? Now I'm going to use some other glue for that. I'm going to use some epoxy for that so that it stays good. But you're going to glue it like that, and then you're going to have, you know, the ball like that. But I have to glue it first, okay? And I'm going to use some epoxy. All right? And so let me epoxy the thing, and we'll come back and I'll show you how it's going to work, in other words, okay? And it wouldn't be bad if you went ahead and epoxy this over here either. Put a little epoxy just to be stronger, because super glue, to me, sometimes it doesn't last. But as you can see, as that should go around, then he should be hitting his nail just like that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and epoxy this thing, and I'll come back later and I'll show you our end result. Okay, isn't that cute? All right, thank you now, and God bless you. And I'm sorry that I'm working in such an environment that is, I just don't have no place to work really, but I'm trying my best to show you how this goes. And like I said, we'll epoxy this, and once we do, then I'll show you how you can, you know, round and go down there and just showing you how, as you round it off, how what happens. In other words, if you just take the little things and you just round it off, see, as you swing it, look at him, see, right there. Okay. Anyway, we're going to do that, and we'll come back and I'll show you. Okay. God bless you now, and thank you, and we'll be back, okay? God bless you.